wow, look at that. Look at that, guys. Wow. That is incredibly sleek. Hey guys, Jimmy here with the General Expert channel here on YouTube, and boy do I love my Wyze products. I have a plethora of their cameras as well as a few of their other products, and today is no different. We have the Wyze Solar Panel here, and we're gonna unbox this thing, see what's inside, set it up, and see how it works. All right, first things first, let's get this thing unboxed and see exactly what comes inside. Well, the first thing, of course, is our quick start guide. Then we have this note that says to update the firmware version of the camera to be able to accept and use this solar panel. And it looks like the solar panel is located inside this box, and you can see that is not very big at all. Much smaller than I thought it would be. And it looks like they also give you a lot of cord, so that's good. Looks like there's also an adapter here, so you can adapt that into the back of your camera. Then we have this last box here, which is going to contain all the hardware needed to install the solar panel. And back over to this solar panel, let's get this thing unboxed and see what it looks like. And wow, look at that. Look at that, guys. Wow, that is incredibly sleek. That thing is super tiny. It's edge to edge, which is really cool. Man. And this little flap here on the back is so you can wrap the unneeded cord around it. But that is a good looking, very small solar panel. Smaller than my hand. The thing is, I actually own 2 of these Wyze outdoor cams. And since I own 2 of the Wyze outdoor cams, well, naturally, I need 2 solar panels. So yes, I've ordered 2 and I've already been testing one of them. I've had it installed for about a week now and it's been working wonders. Before ordering, I actually had no idea just how small these things were. So when they arrived in the mail and I saw how small they were, I was a little bit worried about how well they would work. But to my surprise, that first solar panel has been working fantastically. What do you say we get this one installed somewhere right up about there, and I'll tell you more about it. As for the mounting hardware, they give you everything you need as well as pretty clear instructions. This is the base that you're going to mount first. There's 3 holes for 3 screws. They give you the screws as well as anchors if you need them. But the first thing you need to do is figure out exactly where it is that you want this panel to be mounted. So I think I'm going to mount the panel right here above the camera, just off this deck here. And this location should give me most of the morning and early afternoon sun. And well, there's enough cord wrapped around this thing that if for some reason that doesn't work too well, I can always move it. Yep, I think this is going to be the spot. So I'll take this first part of the mounting hardware and mount it here. Okay, I've got the base mounted, very easy to do. There's just the 3 screws, and for me it was particularly easy because I'm screwing into a piece of wood. And with that base mounted, you can then position the solar panel in the orientation that you want. I have mine mounted like this for now. I can always change it tomorrow when the sun comes up. And the way this system works is you kind of position the panel in the way that you want it, and then you're going to tighten this nut really tight, and that kind of tightens everything up in line. Next, I'm going to go ahead and put the adapter on the end of this cable here. And the adapter is simply a male to female connection here, protected by a silicone sleeve. You just plug it in and then slide that sleeve over. And the other end of that adapter simply plugs into the back of the camera. You do have to remove the original factory cover that's there, but this one fits perfectly in place. And here's my final install. You can see I have the bulk of the wires tied up here with a wire tie and then screwed to the wood. And you can also see that I've created a drip loop here, so any water coming down the wire from the panel will follow this path here, reach this point, and then drip off. That way no water will be able to get back up to this connection here. Even though this is weather tight, we definitely want to try to avoid that at all costs. And here's the front side of that install. You can see the camera below and the solar panel above. And the solar panel is just temporarily placed for now. Tomorrow, when I actually get some sun on it, I'll be able to adjust it then. And looking at the app here, you can see this camera that says side yard at 100%. This is the camera that I've already installed the solar panel on. And this one right here that says backyard 51%, this is the one we installed the solar panel on just now. So we can see what we're starting with. We're starting with a battery at 51%. Right now there is 0 chance of any sun for the rest of the day getting to that solar panel. So this will be a perfect test for tomorrow to see how much sun this solar panel gets and just how much it charges this battery during that time. Oh, and one other thing I'm going to do here is click on the settings icon at the top, come down to accessories, where then you'll see Wyze Solar Panel installed. So it already knew that we had installed that. I just wanted to check that to make sure. All right, here we are the next day, and it is currently about 9:24 in the morning. And you can see how much sun is actually hitting that solar panel, and I have not touched it. So it seems like I did a pretty good job yesterday putting the angle on that. And I actually did come out this morning at about 6:45 to check on the panel, check on the sunlight, see when the sun was going to start impacting the panel. And to my surprise, the sun was actually starting to touch the panel that early in the morning. I did check the battery one last time in the Wyze app just to be sure of the percentage we were starting with, and we were at about 46%. So now that it's about 9:30 in the morning, the panel has had time to get some sun. Let's check on that battery and see what percentage we're at. And looking at the app, we can see that the battery life on this camera is already up to 60%, which is a huge jump in just a very short period of time. You can also see that little lightning bolt next to the battery icon. That shows that it's currently charging. So it looks like we're up 15% on that battery life in just a few hours. Well, I don't know about you guys, but to me, the panel seems to be very effective with these cameras. And I was mentioning before about the other solar panel that I've had installed for about a week now, which is this one right here. I have the panel pointed up towards the afternoon sun, but due to its location near some very tall trees, it only gets about maybe 3.5 hours of sun a day. But even with that short amount of time in direct sunlight, I was able to get the battery in this camera up to 100% after just 2.5 days, with each day yielding just over 30% battery life. And now back to the main event here. Let's check the battery life of this camera with the panel we just installed today. All right, the moment of truth here. You can see that our battery is at 94%. That is just incredible, and that is only one full day of sun to the panel. Remember, when I installed this panel, there was no light to the panel, so this just goes to show you how much this battery can be recharged just in one day off of this small panel. This is much more than I was expecting, and it makes me extremely happy. And here you can see I have not adjusted this panel's position since I installed it, so apparently that orientation was a pretty good guess. This panel receives morning sun just over those trees, and it'll essentially get sun until it reaches its breaking point right over this deck. And you can see with the methods that they give you to wrap up all the extra wire, this is a nice clean install. So let's recap here. I've purchased 2 of the Wyze solar panels so that I could recharge my 2 Wyze outdoor cams. And these are the original outdoor cams. They currently have an outdoor cam V2, but mine are both the original ones. So these solar panels definitely work with the V1 and the V2 outdoor cams. The panels were less expensive than I thought they would be at, I think, just under $25 on their website. And they work better than I thought they would. They're smaller than I thought they would be. They look better than I thought they would look. They're easier to install and get up and running than I thought they would be. So all around, these are a fantastic addition to my outdoor cams. I love those cameras because they don't have to be tethered to power. You can essentially mount them anywhere, within range of the Wi-Fi, and now keep the batteries fully charged at all times by simply using these really cool looking, affordable solar panels. Who doesn't love solar? Yes, it is another thing you have to pay for, another expense when you buy an outdoor cam to get the solar panel. They kind of go hand in hand. It does get a little bit annoying with these outdoor cams, having to take them down, bring them in the house, charge them, and then put them back and try to readjust the position of the camera to what it was before. So these solar panels, I feel like, are a definite must when you're using a battery-powered outdoor cam. That being said, for just 20 bucks to not only be able to harness the power of the sun, to keep the cameras charged at 100% at all times, and to not have to grab your ladder and get up there and take the camera down and put it in the house and charge it overnight and then get your ladder back out and then put the camera back up and readjust your angles, that 20 bucks definitely seems worth it to me. So bottom line here, with everything I've shown in this video, including the incredible ability of that solar panel to completely charge the battery on these cameras in just 1 or 2 days, and leave them at 100% from here on out, I don't see how this isn't a win for Wyze. This is a great little solar panel, perfectly sized, perfectly powered, probably a little overpowered for what these cameras are, for the size of batteries in these cameras. But hey, that's okay by me. And the price is just right, at just under $25. They're not that expensive. So the only thing left for me to do at this point is to maybe invest in the Wyze Cam Outdoor V2, because that does have a better lens and brighter vision at night and all that good stuff. But other than that, guys, what did you think? Did you enjoy this video? If you did you hit the thumbs up? If you haven't, would you? It would definitely help the video and the channel. And also, if you've watched this far and you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing. I'm Jimmy for the General Expert here on YouTube, and I will see you in the next one.